Hi everybody. So today we're going to talk about objective 1.2, which is about identifying parts of an expression. Okay? So the definition of an expression is a mathematical sentence that is a combination of numbers and or variables and at least one operation. An expression does not contain an equal sign or an equality symbol. So this is very important. An expression does not contain an equal sign or an inequality symbol. So 2x, 2x plus 3y, 2x minus 3y, these are all examples of expressions. There's no equal sign. Okay? Equation. The definition of an equation is a mathematical sentence formed by setting two expressions equal. It contains an equal sign. Okay? So whenever we have two expressions that are equal to each other, that is an equation. Equal sign, equal sign, equal sign, equal sign. Okay? An inequality is a mathematical sentence containing any of these symbols, all right, to indicate the relationship between two quantities. So this means greater than, this means less than, this means greater than or equal to, this means less than or equal to, this means does not equal. Okay, these aren't extremely important right now. We're going to talk a lot about inequalities in a few units, but I just wanted to expose them to you and show that there is a difference between an inequality and an equation and an expression. Okay, so that's all right here for you. Okay, so now here we have to sort the following mathematical sentences into the correct category. So 3 plus 9, that is an expression. There is no equal sign, there is no inequality symbol, so that is an expression. All right, 9 plus 7 is greater than or equal to 16, that's an inequality. Okay, that has an inequality symbol. Here we have an equation, 12 plus 3 equals 15. We have an equal sign, so that's an equation. Okay, x plus 7 equals 27. That's an equation, equal sign. 5x plus 15, there's no equal sign, so that's an expression. All right, 72 does not equal 56. It's an example of an inequality because we have the does not equal sign. All right, 1 plus 1 equals 2, that's an equation. We have an equal sign. 2 times x minus 9, that's an expression. There's no equal sign. And x plus 9 is less than 28, that's an inequality because we have the less than symbol. Okay, so these aren't too complicated. Okay, so basically if we have an equal sign, it's an equation. If we don't have an equal sign, it's an expression. Okay, all right, now some other words that I'm going to kind of just that I'm pretty much going to use for the entire rest of the school year, so it's very important that you understand the definitions of them. So a variable is a letter or symbol that represents a number. So it's basically just a letter, n, x, y. All right, if I'm looking at these guys right here, x plus 7, x is a variable. All right, you should remember that from middle school. Okay. Coefficient, that's the number in front of a variable. So for n, 4 times n, 4 is my coefficient, n is my variable. Okay, for 5x, 5 is my coefficient, and x is my variable, x is my letter. Okay, when there is not a number in front of a variable, the coefficient is 1. So here we have just n. So the coefficient of n is 1. If there's nothing in front of the n, we assume it's a 1. Okay, when there is a negative sign in front of a variable, the coefficient is negative 1. So negative n, that means that our coefficient is negative 1. Okay. All right, a term. A term is a part of an expression that is separated by a plus or minus sign. Okay, so we did a Desmos about combining like terms this year. So a term is just anything that's separated by a plus or minus sign. That's just a part of our equation, basically, or a part of our expression. So a constant term is a term that has a number but no variable. Okay, so just a regular old number, no variable. Like terms, so this is what we watched our video about last week. A term with the exact same variable and exact same exponent. So 5y, 6y, those are like terms. Okay, 5x squared, 6x squared, those are like terms. 10 and negative 2, those are constants, so they're like terms. All constants are going to be like terms with each other. Non-examples, 5x and 3y. These have different variables. Okay, 2x and 3. Our 3 is missing an x. Okay, our 3 is a constant. 2x is not a constant. We have that variable. So we have, so those are not like terms. Negative 4x and 3x squared, those are not like terms because this x has an exponent attached to it and this x does not. All right. So here we want to place the following pairs of like terms in the correct, the pairs of terms in the correct column. Like terms are unlike terms. So I have 5x and 13x. Those are like terms. All right. The reason is because they have the same variable. Okay. Same exponent. 2rs, 5rs. Those are like terms. They have the same variables. 3ab and 3ac. Those are not like terms. They have different variables. This has a b, this has a c. Those are not like terms. 9a, 9b, not like terms. Okay? Y and 7y, those are like terms. Okay, we have the same variable. The y has a coefficient of 1, even though it's not written. 5 and 6, like terms. Remember, all constants are like terms. And 7a and 10a squared are not like terms because this a has an exponent different than this a. This exponent is 1. Okay, this exponent is 2, so those are not like terms. Okay. So, given the expression 5x squared plus 9x plus 12 minus 3x squared plus 5x minus 4, list the 6 expressions. Okay, I'm sorry, list the 6 terms. Okay, so our 6 terms are 5x squared, that's our first term. Our second term is positive 9x, because we have a plus. Our next term is 12, positive 12. Our next term is negative 3x squared. Be careful, it is not 3x squared, it's not positive 3x squared, it's negative 3x squared because we have this minus sign. Okay, next term 5x, and last term negative 4. Alrighty, list the 4 coefficients. Coefficients are the numbers in front of the variables. Alright, so we have 5, we have 9, we have negative 3, and we have 5. Okay, list our constants. Those are our numbers without variables. That's 12 and negative 4. Okay, list a pair of like terms. You can list any pair of like terms you want. I'm going to list 5x squared and negative 3x squared because they both have the same variable and the same exponent. Okay, list a pair of like terms again. I'm going to write 9x and 5x because they have the same variable. And my last one is 12 and negative 4 because all constants are like terms. Okay, so I'm going to do one more with you, and then the rest you guys are going to do on your own. How many terms are in this expression? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 terms. Okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parts of my expression that are separated by a plus or minus sign. So I have 5 terms. What is the coefficient of the third term? The third term is 1, 2, 3, 17x. So my coefficient is 17. Coefficient of my fourth term is negative 7. Okay, not positive 7, negative 7, because we have a minus there. Our constant term is 8 because we don't have a variable attached. And a like term for the first term, 6y, is going to be negative 2y. And a like term for the third term right here, that's our third term, is going to be negative 7x because they both have the same variables. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, that's parts of an expression and like terms. I hope you have a wonderful day. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions.